Well, I don't know about you, but I'm really, really pumped up right now. What a match we've had. It went on to the wire till the last ball, and it could have been anybody's game. It's always when these two teams meet, we are in for a brilliant, brilliant game. And tonight was such a game there. CSK versus RCB there at the Chinnaswamy Stadium. And boy, did it go down to the last ball or what? A lot happened there, some drama, some confusion also on the field there. But in the end, RCB holding their nerve and getting over the line in a thriller, winning by 2 runs. And what a game it was! I think people who went there at the stadium got their money's worth today. We'll discuss that and all that more in today's episode on Boundary Line Podcast. Hello and welcome back, everybody. My name is Dylan Pink. I've got Sheldon Doherty on the show with me, and this was a game to be witnessed. One for the ages. I think it's going to go down into the all-time great matches between RCB versus CSK. Sheldon, are you okay? How's your heart rate? Because that was a roller coaster ride, man. It kept going up and down, and in the end, RCB holding their nerve. And usually, Sheldon, we've seen that, and I think we've discussed this earlier also that RCB usually lose these games, But this time around, and you see for the past, I think at least from last season on, was that they are able to win such games and hold their nerve. And man, Rajat Patidar has got some real. I don't know. He's got some nerves of steel. I think, right, Sheldon? I
Yeah.
think he's really good there. And what was your takeaway from the game today? Because I'm absolutely lost for words. Incredible game.
Oh, Dil, things seem like they're changing, right? Things are happening differently this year. Dil, RCB fans, do you believe? It just feels a
Please,
bit
please don't jinx
different.
it. Please don't jinx it, Sheldon. Please don't jinx it.
But Dil, I want to start at the toss itself, Dil. Obviously, a big surprise, Hazelwood was not there. I
Yeah,
was surprised when I saw there was no reasoning also. I don't think it was an injury. I
yeah,
think it was more just of a tactical selection. And it started off with a bang as well, Dil. We got RCB losing a toss again, which honestly, at this point, I think they shouldn't have a toss at the Chinnaswamy. I think you just ask the opposition captain, what do you want to do? You let them choose it, and then RCB just come out to bat anyway. That is
yeah.
shocking, Dil. This season in the WPL and the IPL, RCB have not won a toss at home.
That's insane, man.
There's a 50% chance of you winning a toss still. There's literally only heads or tails. And
Oh gosh.
that hasn't stopped RCB though, Dill, because what a crazy game, Dill. For a neutral, I thought cricket won, Dill. I thought cricket
Yeah,
was the winner. It was a
yeah,
brilliant game. You can argue that CSK haven't been at their best this season, but I thought yesterday was their best performance by far, Dill. I know we'll come to what exactly happened in the game, but yeah, I thought it was a brilliant game. For a neutral, if you want to come and watch the IPL and you haven't watched it before, come and watch this game. It's a great advertisement for what's great about this competition. And yesterday was just an all-time classic, Dill.
Oh yes, it was a classic. It's gonna go on into those matches of an all-time greats
Yeah.
there. But let's take it back a bit there for all our viewers who didn't know what happened there. RCB was put to bat first on a flat track here. Chinnaswamy got back to his usual, being at its best there, and 213 for five is what they scored. Jacob Bettel there, first half century for RCB, 55 runs he scored there. Virat Kohli, another 50, another masterclass there, 62, and he was looking insane, Sheldon. He was looking like the 100 was there, on for him there. Of course, in the middle, they kind of slipped up, and this is where the game I thought turned into, against RCB, Sheldon, I thought, because they've got a brilliant start there, courtesy Jacob Bettel and VK there. But Devdutt Padikkal, Rajat Patidar, Jitesh Sharma couldn't get it off going there, and in the end, they were struggling a bit there. But one man had different plans there. Romario Shepherd, the second joint fastest half century in the history of the IPL, 53 of 14 balls. Absolutely insane. Striking at 378, Sheldon. That's some insane stats there. And at the end of the 18th over, they were 159 for 6 or something. No, 159 for 4 or something. Yeah, 159 for 5, if I'm not mistaken there. But ah, Romario Shepherd, what a knock, Sheldon. Just went all over the ground, taking 33 of that 19th over, and then Patirana's over as well. He just went into the he just went into both of the he just went into both of them there. But in the end, CSK had to chase around 214. Ayush Matre the young kid Sheldon, 17 years old, 94 runs there. What a brilliant batting display, and looks like he's going to be one, that's going to be there in this team for a long time. There, Sheikh Rashid also, is showing some signs there. Sam Curran couldn't get it off. Then it came to that man, CSK's old foe, Ravindra Jadeja, 77, is just striking it brilliantly. Then along with Ayush Matre, just kept him in the hunt there, Sheldon. But you got to be, pulling your hair out if you told me that Jadeja, Dhoni, Dubey, and the Dew, everything was there. But there was one man, Yash Dayal, with the reminiscence of last year, and it was also deja vu, Sheldon, of last year, and he held his nerve again in spite of bowling a no ball at the end, held his nerve and got them over the line. They got RCB over the line.
Oh yeah, Dil. I mean, you summed it up perfectly, Dil. I mean, where do I start? I'm confused now, Dil. There were so many moments in that game where you can handpick. I want to start with the RCB batting at first,
Yeah,
and especially two guys. I'm not gonna say Kohli because we know what we get with Kohli, and I feel we will talk about him. But I want to start with two of the other guys. I thought two guys who've come in as replacements as well. You got in Bethel, who came in for Salt, obviously because he was injured.
yeah,
You got Shepherd, who came in because Livingston was just not clicking for
yeah.
RCB, and both of them came in, Dil, and they looked like two bankers, two first round guys who should be starting because they just looked at ease, Dil, with the way they came, and they just
Insane,
looked like,
yeah.
okay, you know what, we came in here, we're not going to give up our spot. If you want to drop us, well, it's going to be a brave call now because both of us did really well. And I mean, I want to start with Bethel, Dil, 21, opening with Kohli in the IPL as
What a
well.
dream, man. Yeah.
Just his second IPL game as well, Dil. His first one, he showed signs with two beautiful shots as well against Stark. But yesterday was just brilliant, Dil. Some of the shots Bethel was playing, I mean, he looked like he's a senior pro, not a 21-year-old playing his
Oh,
second IPL
yeah,
game.
of course. Yeah, yeah.
Some fantastic shots. I mean, he probably would have been kicking himself that he didn't kick on and make a bigger score on that pitch, especially
Easily.
after getting that start, Dil. But yeah, RCB's middle order, Dil, they kind of struggled a bit. Patidar, Padikkal, Jitesh, they didn't do enough. And they left RCB in a big spot of bother, in fact, Dil, going into those
Yeah.
last two overs where RCB were looking like they'll get a very below par score. Where 180 also looked, Dil, where it was kind of tough at
Yeah,
one
because
point.
yeah, you're right. Because they were 159 for five, and then you're like, okay, fine. Probably they'll get around 180. Will be good,
Yeah.
from where they were. But considering the start that they got, they were going berserk at the start there with VK at the at the top there. So I was looking at they easily going to get 200 plus on this thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Dylan, I mean, coming onto that big man Shepherd, I didn't expect that, Dylan. I didn't know what to expect with
Likewise,
Shepherd in
man.
the team.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I don't know. He doesn't bowl much. He's coming in too late. What's his role in the team? I mean, my God, he came in and looked like prime Kyron Pollard, Dylan, when he came in yesterday. I mean, the second fastest IPL 50 in history as well, only
Yeah.
behind Jaiswal. The highest by a foreign player in the IPL, Dylan, going past Cummins. I mean,
No, Pat
what
Cummins and him are together. Pat Cummins
tied.
yeah, tied.
Oh, Till, I mean, that's just insane. The way he came out and the fact that even his mistimed shot still, it was a bit like how Brathwaite hit it. Like,
Oh yeah.
where it's mistimed shots and it's just flying over the stadium and you're like, what's happening? And I thought one positive for CSK, especially Till, was their middle overs bowling. I thought Patirana was excellent. By far his best game in
Yeah.
the season. Even Noor, I thought, bowled really well in the middle
Yeah.
overs. Those two especially bowled really well to pull it back, and they got wickets
Yeah.
in the middle overs. But just those last two overs, Dil, that first one by Khalil, which I mean, that was a horror show for Khalil, Dil, because 33 runs, I believe, as well in the second last over, like was just insane, Dil.
man.
And then he took apart Patirana in his last over as well, and that took RCB from what was going to be a below par score to, which I feel was I don't see way above par, but it was probably just above par. 2 runs above par, Dil, I would say.
Oh yeah, because they were down and out in those middle overs there until that
Yeah.
18th over, and then Romario Shepherd had different plans. Yeah, absolutely killing it out of the park. They're brilliant batting display. Some of the shots were just like unreal. You can see the muscle, you can see the strength that these West Indian guys come into the IPL with. It's absolutely insane there, and usually you don't, you don't see that from RCB, at least at the end. The finish needs to be like really good always. They are always lacking somewhere behind there. But I
Yeah.
like this kind of a thing. This season for them, Sheldon, you can see different people putting their hand up and saying that, hey, you know what? I'm going to get the job done tonight for you guys. I'm going to get it with the ball or with the bat, whatever it is there. But let's come to CSK's batting now, Sheldon. I thought it was, really, really good. Ayush
Yeah.
Matre there, obviously showing signs of, of a bright, bright future ahead of him. He looked a bit rusty in the first 2 overs there, but boy, he just got into Bhuvneshwar's over there and just didn't, look behind there after that.
Yeah, Dylan. I think for CSK fans, a bit frustrating also to see it yesterday because that's what's been missing the whole season, Dylan.
Yeah,
I know in the end they didn't win, but what I saw from CSK yesterday was brilliant, Dylan. The intent they showed, that key word intent, Dylan, which we've been talking about throughout this tournament, which has not been there from CSK. And I'm sure
yeah,
all the fans will agree because yesterday CSK were brilliant, Dylan. If you told me
yeah.
this side is last in the IPL without watching any of their previous games, I'll be like, what? No way this team can be last. I mean, they showed so many good signs yesterday. I thought Matre as well, Del. What a knock for 17-year-old. He deserved a
Brilliant.
100. He
Yeah.
definitely deserved a 100. It was a top knock. And I mean, Jadeja, of course he had to find runs against RCB. I mean, who doesn't? Who doesn't love getting back into form? And yesterday it looked like prime Jadeja as well. Del. He was mastering
Yeah.
that innings, hitting a boundary whenever they needed. And RCB looked a bit shell-shocked during those middle overs still, where they just
Yeah.
yes, there was a bit of dew. I don't want to make an excuse because every team, of course, has to deal with dew in the second innings, but that it did feel like it was slipping out. The ball was skidding, it was hitting the surface and just going fast. You saw even some misfields, on the ground. And but CSK were batting really well, Dil. And that partnership took them as close to the finish line as a partnership can take you, right, Dil? Because
Yeah.
they took them to a position where it was pretty much a cakewalk in the
Yeah.
Chinnaswamy. And then that finish happened, Dil, which I mean I didn't see coming.
Oh yes, so CSK really doing well there, to get they were always in the hunt, I felt, Sheldon. They were never
Yeah.
behind the asking rate or something. They
Yeah.
always kept it going there. And you felt with the batting order, and if Ravindra Jadeja was there till the end, you'll get the job done there. But it was just shocking there. But coming to that 18th, 19th over, I think just brilliant. Top class bowling there from RCB. Especially, I think even the over before that, I thought Bhuvneshwar bowled really well. Yes, he got hit for a 6 and 4 there, but it's given at that stage of the game. Suyash Sharma, though, we need to speak about this guy because he's underrated. I think he keeps going. No one keeps speaking about him enough, I think, Sheldon, yeah, because he keeps bowling those tight overs from one end and the bowler from the other end, reaps the rewards. That's what I feel there. But even today, 18th over, I think that's where the game turned there. 18th over, Dhoni's come in there, and Rajat Patidar gives the ball to him there. A couple of dot balls in, just singles there. He goes away in the 18th over for just 6 runs. Yes, he's got beaten before, right? His first 3 overs went for runs, of course, deuce, skiddy, everything like that. But then again, you need to have that temperament. You need to have that mindset that you can come back into the game. And we've seen that, Sheldon. You are not out of the game until it's over. You can come back. You can get one up on the batsman. And Suya Sharma yesterday against Dhoni and Ravindra Jadeja in the 18th over goes for a miserly 6 runs.
Yeah, Dylan, and it's almost a full circle moment. I feel like Patidar is always back so Yash still. And we were in a similar position in the first game when
Yeah.
KKR were belting Suyash. 3 bad overs, remember Dil? Three
Oh,
overs where he
yeah.
got smacked. Very easy to take him out of the attack. You have other options. You had Krunal with 1 over left. But Patidar's like, this is my guy. And in the first game itself, he showed that I'm going to back you this season. Whether you get hit or not, you're my
Yeah.
guy. And
Yeah.
you're going to be here in every game. Whether you get hit for 40, 50, 60, you're playing. And that confidence Patidar's given him, Dil, is what I've not seen much with RCB, where usually a bowler gets hit and he's out. He's out of the
Yeah.
squad, he's out of the next auction, he's gone to another team.
Exactly.
But Patidar's shown a level of trust with many of his big players, especially Suyash, Krunal as well, where he's just backing these guys no matter what. And Suyash was brilliant in that last over, Dil. No boundaries as well. When in the death overs as a leg spinner at the Chinnaswamy with Dew, wow. I mean, that's just brilliant, Dil.
Against two of the best batsmen in CSK.
Yeah, two of the best finishers going around, Dil. Two of the best all-time finishers in IPL history as well, and absolutely brilliant from Suyash. That over And the Ngidi one before that probably changed the game a bit. Ngidi
Big
taking
time.
two
Yeah.
wickets still, and also a very bad missed review, Dil, you would say, from Devon Brevis. I mean, a big
Yes.
moment in the game, Dil. We got to mention that. I mean, what did you think of that, Dil? Should the timer have started once he was given out, or do you feel he was a bit unlucky there?
I think he missed it, completely. And I'm not saying this from from an RCB standpoint, anything like that. Just from a
Yeah,
neutral standpoint, you could see, that he tried to go for the run, and then he looked back. He wanted to take the second, then came and had a word with Ravindra
yeah,
Jadeja. By then, it's gone. You've got 10. You've got to make up your mind pretty soon.
yeah,
And yeah, I thought he missed it completely there. And in the end, you could see there was confusion all over on the field as to what's whether whether he can take the review or not there. But the time was up, Sheldon. Really, the time was up. So I think he missed it. He missed out there, and Deval Brevis will be kicking himself there because that was even that ball was not even hitting the stumps, right?
yeah,
It was missing the stumps there, but it looked really close there when when you actually seen it in live. I thought it looked really close there, but yeah, Devil Brevis I thought just missed it completely and then had to go back. That brought Dhoni in onto the field, and then that over from the spinner there I think changed it, and Bhuvneshwar also held his nerve in that 19th over because it could
yeah,
have gone anywhere again.
yeah.
Right, I know he got hit for a 6 and 4, but again he held it. He held on, and the thing that I want to speak about here, Sharon, 15 runs, with Dhoni and Jadeja at the end. The pitch is flat. It's skidding on very nicely. The ball is coming onto the bat. There's dew. You can see there's panic in RCB, and it's all this is like it's happened in the past with these two teams. You've seen
Yeah,
this happen in the past with both these two teams, and CSK have come on top,
yeah,
right? What happened this time around? Because Jadeja is set and going. Dhoni already hit a 6 and 4 in the over right before that, so he's also ready to go there. But it's that man Yash Dayal, and I think we need
huh.
to speak about him. I think you gotta like take your hat off to him and be like, I think bowling against Dhoni, Jadeja, and the dew on one side, I think you gotta say job well done.
Dil, I mean, absolutely brilliant from Dayal. I mean, he's in that situation again, Dil, where he was last year against the same guys. I mean, at the same ground, Dil, how often do you get that? And I mean, Dayal nailed 6 out of 7 deliveries, Dil. And yes, I said 7 deliveries because he bowled a no ball in that, which
That was a
was,
shit delivery,
oh,
bro.
that was a shit delivery. But Dil, that also is reminiscent of last year. That
Yeah,
six which Dhoni hit, and the ball
yeah,
goes out, and then you
yeah.
get a new ball
Well,
where there's no dew on it, and he can nail those Yorkers were brilliant. Till. Those 6 Yorkers he nailed. I mean, that is death bowling at its best. So often we praise great hitting, and
yeah,
guys hit it out of the park, but Dayal, Dil, that was brilliant. That ball to Dhoni to get him out as well. What a Yorker that
again,
is still.
yeah.
I mean, he loves the Dhoni wicket, doesn't he, Dil Dayal? I mean, he got him out again. His bunny, right, Dil? I
Oh
mean,
my God, bro.
insane, Dil. And when that six went, Dil, at that time I thought it was game over. I was like, it's a free hit as well. 6 of 3. It's pretty much done. But then
Yeah,
he starts nailing it again. The 3 Yorkers in a row. I mean, that's insane. And that for me is the biggest takeaway. The fact that he came back after
yeah,
that no ball. You can get hit. Anyone can get hit. But the fact that he held his temperament, Patidar came, and obviously they were talking to him after he got hit for that six. But he came back and he nailed those deliveries still. And what a massive, massive win that is still. I mean, RCB top of the table again, 16 points. I mean, it's just insane, Dill. And what a crazy finish that was.
yeah. For all those who don't know, Yash Dayal a few years ago was hit for 5 sixes there by Rinku Singh in a different game. He was in a different franchise before, and Rinku Singh just tore him apart there. And you felt that he was impacted by that knock there, and everybody sort of started making memes about him and everything. And RCB went after him in the auction and picked him after that. And last year he nailed a similar sort of game that we've seen tonight here with CSK. And he got Dhoni out when the chips were down and everything was against him. He trusted himself there, trusted his skills there, and got RCB over the line. And this time around, you knew Rajat Patidar was very clear. He said that the 20th over needs to be bowled by Yash Dayal. There's nobody else that's going to do it. And you see what he even said at the end, Shalan. He said that he's our main bowler. He's a death over specialist, and we will back him. So that shows a lot of faith that's been trusted in him. And you were right, Sheldon. 6 to win of 3 balls, the batting team usually, wins.
And
You
a
do
free
not find and a free hit.
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly. The batting team always takes it from there, but to come back and nail those Yorkers, low full tosses, it's difficult to hit. But brilliant, brilliant sort of death bowling there. But barring that no ball, I thought he bowled absolutely brilliant, right?
Yeah, well, absolutely spot on. And I mean, I do want to talk about one thing. Yes, a lot of positives for RCB, but yesterday that fielding, Dil. I mean, that
It's
almost
bad,
cost
man.
them the game. I mean,
Big time.
no excuses for that. Okay, Patidar's chance was tough. It's the only one which I'll excuse, which he was diving. Even David didn't reach towards
Yeah.
the end when he dived.
David didn't reach that catch. That is
Yeah,
you can't call that as a catch.
that's
Yeah,
not.
but
Yeah,
Lungi
that's.
and Giddies and Virat Kohli, man. Come
Uh,
on.
Dylan and Gidi and Kohli's one. I don't know. I have no explanation for that. I can't even make an excuse because they were both absolute sitters, Dill, and they missed it. And it just seemed like one of those days, Dill, for RCB, where it's not going to happen, right? When that was
Yeah.
happening. And you're like, oh, they're getting hit. They're not taking wickets. They're dropping catches. A very similar RCB performance, which we've seen over the years, Dill. But
Yeah.
then, yeah, then that comeback happened, and we were like, oh my God. Still, after all things going against them, they came back and found a way, Dill. And that's why
Exactly,
we
yeah.
keep saying that things seem a bit different, Dill, because they're showing characteristics of a side, which looks like they can go all the way in the
Yeah.
sense that they're playing very differently to how they usually do. But yeah, Dill,
Yeah.
still 3 games to go for RCB, so 3 massive games as well, Dill.
Yeah, RCB move at the top of the table. They got 3 games to go there. They've got to play Lucknow. They've got to play SRH. They've got to play KKR. And it's all happening at the Indian Premier League 2025, guys. Again, RCB were third in place, second in place. They've gone now on top of Mumbai. Mumbai come down to second. Gujarat also there in the mix. It's all going, up and down there on that points table. Keep an eye on that because it's getting heated up. The race for for the playoffs. Nobody as yet is confirmed as 1 and 2. So, everybody still have a chance. Kolkata still have a slight chance there. I would say Lucknow, Punjab, all in the mix with Delhi also there. So, really, really interesting there. But what a game we've had tonight. There tonight was about those classic games that you would want to pay and watch. And imagine these people, Sheldon, today in the crowd. I think they got their money's worth. It had everything from a neutral cricket perspective. It had everything. It had drama. It had drop catches.
Yeah.
It had sixes. It had wickets. Oh, it had everything going there. And what a game of cricket! I think this is going to go down in the history books. Was it RCB versus CSK games as one of the all-time best games there. But thank you so much for watching the video. It's been an absolute pleasure. Do leave your comments in the comment section. Let us know what you thought about the game and the important question. I don't want to say it, but RCB fans, do you all believe? Is this the year? Thank you so much, guys, and we'll see you soon in the next one.